Hyojak Chin. The 2025 Suzuki Mehran has returned, and it's sparking quite a bit of curiosity in the auto industry, especially in South Asia. The name Mehran carries a legacy, one that blends simplicity, affordability, and practicality. It was one of the most popular cars in countries like Pakistan, known for its minimalistic approach, easy maintenance, and budget-friendly pricing. So, with its comeback in 2025, expectations are naturally high, but Suzuki hasn't merely re-released the old car. Instead, the 2025 model has been reimagined to suit the modern era while still retaining that signature Mehran DNA that made it such a hit with middle-class buyers and first-time car owners. Now, let's talk about what makes this new iteration stand out in today's competitive hatchback market. First and foremost, the exterior design of the 2025 Mehran has undergone a noticeable transformation. While it still carries a compact and straightforward hatchback silhouette, Suzuki has modernized the body with sleeker lines, sharper headlights, and an overall more aerodynamic structure. The front fascia now features a minimalist grille with redesigned LED headlamps that lend the car a fresh yet familiar identity. The bumper has been slightly redesigned to offer a more sculpted look, giving the car a subtle touch of sportiness. On the sides, the car retains its clean profile but adds stronger character lines and body-colored side mirrors with integrated turn signals, something the older generation lacked completely. Suzuki has clearly aimed to strike a balance between nostalgia and modern appeal, making sure the car still looks like a Mehran but with a contemporary edge. Moving to the rear, the tail lamps are now sleeker and come with LED elements as well, enhancing visibility and aesthetics. The rear bumper is slightly bulkier, contributing to a more robust appearance. There's a high-mounted stop lamp integrated into the rear spoiler, adding a modern safety touch. Overall, Suzuki has maintained the classic Mehran proportions but infused the design with enough upgrades to make it look relevant in 2025. While it doesn't scream luxury or aggressiveness, it gives off a refined, minimalist vibe that aligns well with its purpose, a simple, affordable, city-focused hatchback. Under the hood, Suzuki has taken a practical approach. Instead of loading the 2025 Mehran with an ultra-modern powertrain, they've chosen a tried and tested 800cc 3-cylinder engine with fuel injection. It's a naturally aspirated unit, and though it doesn't aim to win any races, it's highly efficient and easy to maintain, two characteristics that Mehran fans care deeply about. The engine produces around 50 to 55 horsepower, which is adequate for city driving and occasional highway runs. The car remains lightweight, so the engine doesn't feel underpowered, especially in urban traffic. Transmission options include a 5-speed manual as standard, and Suzuki has also introduced an automated manual transmission variant for added convenience, catering to younger drivers and daily commuters who prefer an automatic feel without compromising on fuel economy. Speaking of fuel economy, that's where the 2025 Suzuki Mehran really shines. With the help of the updated EFI system and better weight distribution, the car can achieve close to 20 km/L under normal city conditions and even higher on highways if driven conservatively. This kind of mileage makes it one of the most economical options in its class, further solidifying its status as a practical car for budget-conscious buyers. In countries where fuel prices continue to soar, the Mehran becomes an attractive option not just as a first car but also as a secondary vehicle for families looking to cut down on transport costs. The suspension setup is another area where Suzuki has made subtle but effective improvements. The front now gets a slightly more refined McPherson strut system, while the rear features a torsion beam setup. It's still a basic configuration, but the dampers have been retuned to handle uneven roads more comfortably. The car doesn't float over potholes, but it does better than the old Mehran, which was often criticized for its stiff ride quality. Steering remains light and easy, perfect for tight city maneuvers and parking in narrow spaces. Turning radius is compact, making it a nimble urban cruiser. The brakes are still conventional with front disc and rear drum setup, but Suzuki has added ABS in the higher trims, improving overall safety. Safety, in fact, is one area where Suzuki has responded to criticism of the earlier Mehran models. The 2025 variant comes with dual front airbags as standard across all variants. ABS, seatbelt reminders, rear parking sensors, and child seat anchors, ISOFIX, are also present in the higher trims. The car has been tested for basic crash safety compliance under regional standards. While it doesn't match up to global NCAP scores of high-end hatchbacks, it certainly marks a big improvement over the zero-star legacy of its predecessor. Suzuki's inclusion of better structural rigidity and reinforced crumple zones shows they're serious about making the car safer for modern users. Now let's shift focus to the interior, which has arguably seen the most dramatic changes. Gone are the days of hard plastic dashboards and bare bones cabin features. The 2025 Mehran now features a more refined dashboard layout with soft touch elements in the higher trims. The center console has been slightly tilted towards the driver, making access to controls easier. The infotainment system is a 7-inch touchscreen in the top variant, equipped with Bluetooth, USB, and smartphone mirroring. There's even support for Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, which is a huge leap for a car that used to come without even a basic radio. The base model still keeps things simple with manual AC controls and an analog instrument cluster, but Suzuki has added digital multi-information display, even in the mid-range trims. Seating comfort is also improved. The seats are now ergonomically designed, with slightly better cushioning and adjustable headrests. While the cabin still feels compact, Suzuki has optimized the layout to offer better headroom and legroom, especially in the front row. The rear seats are best suited for 2 adults and a child, and the inclusion of rear seat belts as standard is a welcome move. Boot space remains modest but enough for daily groceries or small luggage. There are also added convenience features like power windows, remote locking, and keyless entry in the top-end variant, which were unheard of in the classic Mehran. One thing Suzuki hasn't lost sight of is the affordability of the Mehran. The pricing strategy in 2025 remains aggressive. Even with all the updates, the car is still priced below most competitors in the entry-level hatchback category. Suzuki has focused on localization of parts, which helps keep maintenance costs low. Spare parts availability is abundant, and almost any roadside mechanic can service this car without needing complex diagnostic tools. This low maintenance appeal remains one of the strongest USPs for the Mehran even today. The vehicle is still very DIY friendly, and you don't need to run to a dealership for every small fix, which continues to attract a loyal customer base that values simplicity over complexity. In terms of market positioning, the 2025 Suzuki Mehran is clearly targeted at students, first-time car buyers, ride-hailing drivers, and families looking for an economical second car. Its low running cost, easy drivability, and compact size make it ideal for congested city environments. Suzuki has also announced attractive finance schemes and low ME options to make it more accessible to a larger group of customers. It's available in multiple variants, with a base model focused on sheer affordability, a mid-variant offering decent creature comforts, and a top-end variant that brings in a surprising level of tech for the price. Customization options have also increased. Suzuki is offering multiple color choices, factory-fitted accessories, and trim personalization that allow buyers to make the Mehran feel less generic. You can opt for contrasting roof paint, body kits, seat covers, and more. This kind of personalization was almost non-existent in the original Mehran, but it adds a modern twist that today's buyers love. The car is now more than just a mode of transport, it's a personal statement for people entering the car market for the first time. From a broader industry perspective, the return of the Mehran is also symbolic. It marks the revival of truly budget-friendly cars at a time when automotive prices have skyrocketed globally. Many automakers have exited the entry-level segment altogether, leaving a huge gap that Suzuki seems determined to fill. By reintroducing the Mehran with a refreshed look and updated features but retaining its core affordability, Suzuki has essentially reminded the industry that there's still strong demand for simple, reliable, and cost-effective vehicles. There's also been some buzz around an upcoming electric or hybrid version of the Mehran in development. While nothing is officially confirmed yet, Suzuki has dropped hints that a fuel-efficient hybrid system may be tested in the future for urban-specific trims. If that happens, the Mehran could become a symbol of affordable electrification in emerging markets. Until then, the 2025 petrol variant continues to impress with its balance of old-school reliability and modern updates. The 2025 Suzuki Mehran is not about premium luxury, wild performance, or futuristic tech. It's about practicality, economy, and familiarity. It's a car that people trust, a name that resonates with generations, and now, a design that fits into the world of today. Whether you're nostalgic for the old Mehran or simply need a reliable daily driver that won't break the bank, the 2025 model stands ready to serve. If you'd like this converted into a script format with voiceover cues or adapted to a shorter or more casual tone for your video, let me know.